welcome to Robeytech, where I'm always dealing with audio issues, even though nothing changes. It's just one of those things that goes in there. I guess I don't need to caveat this, but I will. This is a live stream, so if you're watching this on YouTube for the first time and you're seeing this VOD, which is where the majority of people watch VODs, and then they're like, why is this not like your everything? This is a live stream, and it's not just streamed on YouTube. It's also streamed on Mixer, and it's streamed on Twitch. In fact, Mixer is my home, kind of my home channel, and that's where the majority of, that's where my history is. It's where we have more followers and all that sort of stuff. So Mixer is my home. But the other thing too is understand that with a live stream becomes live things like trying to figure out audio all of a sudden and everything else. So always an interesting bout as we kind of work through things. So just bear with us, because I'm going to make mistakes. I'm going to answer questions wrong. I don't get the chance to go back and fix things on the cutting room floor. One time a week, and that's usually the Wednesday shows, is where we'll actually curate and edit these live. This is not Wednesday, this is Thursday, so this will not be a show that you will see a curated version of, but we do have the setups to do that stuff. Hey, thank you very much so much, Break Zero, for the sponsorship already. So, yeah, that's what's going on there. There is... I want to let you guys know kind of what's happening today. In fact, we're building a PC for a friend of mine's son, Dennis Cheng's son, Donovan. So we're building a PC for him today. This is going to be his gaming PC. He's very excited. He's had to kind of wait. I got some good words from Dennis that I'm not going to say, but I know that I think Donovan's watching. If Donovan's here, he's here in the channel checking this out. So this is for Donovan. This is Donovan's first gaming PC. So the budget is actually... The budget was like $2K with tax. I got all the parts before some of the stuff went on sale. So now the PC is worth about $1,600, $1,650, because Ryzen went on this ridiculous sale thing. But yeah, it's a $1,600, a little over $1,600, which is a great PC for your first gaming PC, which is pretty cool. So we're going to be building that today. This should be simpler. We don't have 9 fans to install like we did yesterday. So this should be a very simple build. We should be able to get to some gameplay and actually do some testing. I had a large part in choosing the parts for this one. Again, some of the things that I'll talk about those when we go through the parts. But that is what's happening today. Is we're going to go through tech deals, then we're going to basically build Donovan's PC, and then once we're done with Donovan's PC, we'll hopefully do a little bit of testing in there. I'm just making sure that my awesome mods aren't texting me right there. It doesn't have 9,000 fans, as many people are going in there, so which is pretty awesome. Giveaways are different now. We used to give away a $25 Newegg gift card on every show. That is actually going to change. That's going to become a 3-month Xbox Game Pass, 3-month Xbox Game Pass Ultimate code from now on. So no matter what, we'll be giving away 3 months of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. For those of you who don't know much about Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, it gives you access to 100 games not only on the Xbox, but it also gives you 100 games on the PC. We are going to give away Newegg gift cards, but unfortunately now that's going to kind of change. We had to kind of change the format. So now when we get to 10 subs, we unlock a $25 Newegg gift card. If we get to 20 subs, that becomes a $50 Newegg gift card. If we get to 40 subs, that becomes a $100 Newegg gift card. So it's a little bit different. And then if we get to 60, we always give away either the 2070 Super or we give away a 5600 XT. Every 10 subs, along with the Newegg gift cards, we also give away 3 months of Xbox Game Pass. So a little bit different than what we have typically used to. Again, we're just going with the time. Sometimes things change, and this is like we're getting less of the cards, and so this is just how we're going to do it from now on. Still giving, no matter what, there is always a giveaway every show. That is going to be the deal. And we also have stuff like we're going to have hardware from Roseville. We're going to be giving away a monitor from Samsung. So there's still other amazing giveaways that we have. In fact, next weekend we're actually giving away like a 2060 Super. We're giving away some Seagate SSDs. Like, there's crazy stuff that's still going to be given away, so you want to definitely be in there. Spark milestone still the same. Every Spark milestone is still a year of Game Pass Ultimate, so we're still, for Spark milestones, we're still giving away a year of Game Pass Ultimate. So a little bit of a change there. So it's every 10 subs. Basically 10 subs is what you want to get to, because it unlocks 2 giveaways. It unlocks a Newegg gift card. The 3-month becomes a Newegg gift card, and then no matter what, we're going to do a giveaway. So 10 subs is kind of like the big magic thing. So yeah, the Spark ones are still the same. So if you, for those of you who don't know, if you want to support me, there's a couple ways. If you're over on YouTube, and there's, how many of you? Gosh darn it, I hate when I block myself there. There's 136 of you over on YouTube. Just go ahead and hit that like button, hit that thumb up button. That is the biggest thing that you can do to help this video. And then also hit that subscribe button. If you're over on Mixer, we've got the follow button. You can just go ahead and hit that follow. We're trying to get to 50,000, so we're at 48,542. It's been awesome. And then you can hit that subscribe. Those subscribes actually gives you stuff like extra entries into our giveaways that happen on every show. You know, there's a bunch of little, it gives you subscriber only chat. And then there's some other additional things that are coming because we're doing the subscription stuff for YouTube as well. For Twitch, love you. Thanks for hanging out. All you can do is hit the follow, or you can do the donate down below, but I appreciate you. Also down below, we have the Newegg and the Amazon links. Those are the other ways that you can help me. So if you're shopping on Amazon or you're shopping on Newegg, all you got to do is click on those, and I get little supports from everything like that. That's how you can support me. That's it. That is the that's the whole show. What link? It says link is broken. Which link is broken? I don't know which one that is. Mac Donwold was saying link is broken. I don't know which link is broken. So we're coming up to the first part of the the first part of the show here, and that's just it. No, they had too many giveaways. No, there was still, yeah, there's a lot of giveaways. We just had to kind of change the way it goes, but it's still positive, and I super appreciate that. Hey, Swamp, thank you very much for that. Thank you very much for that sponsorship. The newegg.io/Robey link. Oh, that's weird. Okay, I'll have to get that fixed. I don't know why that's broken, but we'll get that fixed. Thanks for the update, McDon. We'll get that fixed in the next one. Okay. So first thing that we always like to talk about, we always go to this. Well, we'll go to, so you guys can see. This is always like a interesting situation right here. Let's go over here to the iPad. Here's on the iPad, which is where we should be going to the iPad. Oh, I don't have my Streamlabs up. Okay, so this is the iPad. This is you guys seeing all the chat. So again, some people always ask, they're like, oh, I don't get to see all the chat. You can see, here's what I see on my screens. This is everybody chatting. You can see it from all the different platforms. So this is the restream chat. But what we're going to do now is we're going to go over and talk about deals and go through the deals. So I've put together some deals, some pretty big deals right now. If you're over on YouTube, you can just hit down in the description below. All of these deals are listed out. I've got AMD deals and Intel deals because there's some deals on Intel. If you're over on Mixer or you're on Twitch, all you have to do is hit !deals and it'll give you links for all of this stuff. Biggest thing is we have two X570 boards that are actually on sale, two budget X570 boards. We have the Gigabyte X570UD and we have the Asus X570-P, which is like their two budget level boards. One $149, one $159. Those are on sale and in stock. In fact, I did not tweet this Gigabyte one because I wanted to save this in case anybody was looking for an X570 board while waiting for the show. So if you're looking for a motherboard, I've got two options, both Intel. I also have a deal on an Intel Z490 board. Thank you very much for that, Jake Farm. Appreciate that. I've got one for Intel as well in here, but we also have some awesome AMD stuff. And there's some really sick deals on AMD CPUs, including the 3950X is on sale for less than $700. Now, a lot of people are like, holy crud, $700 for a CPU, but that's a 16-core, 32-thread CPU on sale for less than $700, which is pretty ridiculous. Got a couple cases for you at different ranges. We've got the Corsair Crystal 570X. You actually saw me do a build in this 2 weeks ago. This is a pricey case, right? This is a much more premium case, lots of RGB, lots of tempered glass. It's on sale. It's usually about $200. It's on sale for $189 for the white, $179 for the black. We've got some RAM options for you, all the way up to, I just wanted to put this up there. Not that I was expecting anybody to pay for this, but we have, look at this, G.Skill Triton Z Neo, 128 gigs of 3600 megahertz RAM in 4 DIMMs for $529. If you're wanting to max out that 3950X for $700, you're like, oh, you know, I saved that got it for less than $700. I'm going to go ahead and save that $100 and throw it in and do 128 gigs RAM. There you go. I threw it in there. I don't know if anybody was actually interested, but I was like, wow, that's actually a pretty good deal for 128 gigs of RAM. That's crazy. It's just crazy. Thank you, Chemic, for the embers. Oloy is a pretty good let me figure out what the heck I'm saying. Robey. Oloy, you have to think of RAM as like a kind of like a commodity. Like RAM is pretty much made from the same manufacturers, and then these guys buy the RAM and then they put it in their like little DIMMs. So Oloy is a completely fine manufactured RAM. We've used it here on the show a couple of times. $82. I put this on there because it was like very flary for $82 with RGB. This is CL16. It might be CL18. Now you'd have to look at that. You know, pretty good timings and very, very like, if you wanted a lot of like bling in your build, then there you go in there. Let's see. We also have some other G.Skill Tread. We got 64 gigs. There's a 32 gig one there. That one is Intel. I also have a AMD version in there as well. If you're looking for an Intel build, the Intel 10700 is on sale right now for $334. That's the equivalent of the 9900, not the K. It's not unlocked. The Intel 9900. It's still an 8-core GPU. It's on par with a Ryzen 7 3800X or 3700X. 334 plus this particular Z490 board, which is like the premium Intel motherboards, it's on sale for $139. So where you'd usually spend for like X570 or B550, this actually ends up taking the price of that 10700 and that motherboard and putting it together for a price that's equivalent to what you'd spend on an AMD. Now again, Intel CPUs are better at gaming and still are king of single-threaded processors, king of single-threaded performance. So if you're looking for an Intel build, put an option in there if you're looking for it. So threw a couple storage options in there for you. 2.5-inch 1 terabyte SATA SSD on sale for less than $100. And then you know how I always talk about this. If you've been a longtime viewer of the show, and this kind of comes up a lot, is like people are like, oh, that's 660p. It's on sale. Like it was like $119 yesterday. Surprise, surprise, it's on sale for $112 today. It fluctuates in price. $112 is the lowest I have seen it. Some people have said that they've seen the mythical below 100. Haven't done it. It's like a unicorn. But there you go, $112 right there on sale. $112 right there on sale. And so that's a good price. If you're looking for a 1 terabyte, I have a PC that I built with it. Again, I told you, lots of Ryzen. With the announce of the XT, all of their like base level X processors have kind of gone on sale. We now have the 3600 XT, the 3800 XT, and the 3900 XT. So now you've seen a lot of these other Ryzen 3800Xs dropping in price. I got to put those up there because the deal is really good. Specifically, if I was going to recommend the 3900X, the 3700X, and the 3600X, those prices are ridiculous, and those are really great gaming slash all-around processors. There's that i7 10700K. Sorry, 10700, not the K, right there for you if you're looking for that. And so there's a good option there. Okay, so that's the overall deals. I've got stuff on cases, memory, storage, PSUs. There's nothing really on sale. There's some PSUs in stock, but in terms of overall deals that we have for here now, I went ahead and I said, well, if I was going to build a PC, and it's funny because I have a person who I'm talking to right now about this very build who may commission me to build this. I was like, here is a amazing PC that you could build right now with just the deals that comes in at just at $1,100. I think it's a little bit more, yeah, $1,105.93. It uses that X570p motherboard that we talked about right there, which means you now get PCIe Gen 4. With B550 being so close in price, like this is a great X570 board, and I've used it quite a few times. The other thing too is this case. If you're looking for what is considered one of the best airflow cases ever released, the P400A, for this price and in stock is actually incredible. So I put the Fantex Eclipse P400A. This is on sale and in stock. It wasn't supposed to be in stock until July, but it's actually in stock now. If you're looking for probably one of the best airflow cases for the sub $100 range, this case is what I put in there. You guys see this a lot for me, and that is the EVGA RTX 2060 KO. I love this card. I put this in there. We're putting it in the, no, we're not. We put it in builds all the time. It's just kind of a king of the budget cards in terms of performance per dollar. Great thing. Again, G.Skill memory, we talked about that in there. We've got that 660p on there, so you got 1 terabyte of storage. And then you've got a 650 watt PSU, which is basically it's modular gold. And then we've got a Ryzen 5 3600X. I almost put in there, like I had the option of putting some other, like a bronze in there, but again, I always get nervous because I like to make sure it's like if you're going to spend that kind of money on a PC, you kind of want to use a gold certified on thing. So yeah, there you go. That's a good PC if you're looking like it. I like to try and make it real. This would be able to do 1080p and 1440. This would be able to do 1080p and some 1440p gaming. 1440p easily at 60 FPS. Maybe at 100 FPS, 1080p easier at 100 plus FPS for $1,100. That is a great PC and overall great deal. So that is all of it for tech deals. Again, if you're interested in these, just hit !deals. You'll get a link to these all the time. If you're over on YouTube, You can just check all these deals down below. It's all built in there and with links in the description. So that's the end of the deals portion of the show. Who's ready to talk about the build for today? Oh, nice. You're building one for yourself. That's awesome. I'm a big pinch. I finally received all the parts for my build. I'm going to install mdot on the Asus ROG Strix E. The screws to remove the plastic shell. They won't budge. At this point, they're stripped. Why were the factory over tightened? Any remedies to get them out? Actually, Zeswish, yes, there is some options. There's actually some pretty cool screwdriver heads. They show up on Instagram for me from time to time. I actually ordered a pair and they worked really well for getting the screws out. But yeah, I'm super frustrated by that. I apologize. So yeah, that's going in there. To Peru, but UPS really sucks. You know, if they do international shipping. Yes, we're doing a giveaway. There's a giveaway that'll happen at the end of the show no matter what. And we're 6 away from doing another giveaway. So yes, they will happen. Plus probably it sparks. So yeah, let's talk about build. Let's talk about the parts ready. Donovan, are you here? Looking for Donovan. Hey, cool. Yeah, you're going to see it today. We're going to build it in there. Build hype. Where's Donovan? Is Donovan here? I'm looking to see if he's going to chat. Say hi. No. Yes, it is a good... I like the Crystal 680X. No, I guess Donovan's not here. Well, it's okay. We're going to build a PC for Donovan. So let's talk about the parts that are in Donovan's PC. So starting at the top, the Ryzen 5 3600X. The beautiful 6-core, 12-thread CPU. It's like a power horse, and it's on sale right now for such a ridiculous price at $204. This thing has been sold out for the last 2 or 3 weeks, so the fact that it's back in stock is a good sign. This will be upgrading to the 3600 XT here on July 6th. We're hoping to get some of those here on the show. But yeah, this is the great thing. Running at 3.8 gigahertz. Overall, really like this CPU. Great for 1080p gaming. For motherboard, because this is a micro ATX build, we're using the ASRock X570 Pro M Pro. All in all, I like the look of this board. Let's do a top down so you guys can take a look at this. Here's a top down of it right here, so we can get a top down look of it. We can even zoom in now that we got the new camera stuff going in here. But I mean, overall, like very attractive. Ooh, when you hit the thing, very attractive board. Lots of silver and black. We'll show this off a little bit later. Thank you very much, FitRed, for those embers. But yeah, very attractive board. Nice for micro ATX. You actually get 4 DIMM slots. Plenty of I/O here in the back, so it should be a great board. Again, first gaming PC for Mr. Donovan, so it should be pretty awesome. And Bernie actually has this in his board. In fact, this is a very similar build to what we have for Bernie. So Bernie's probably feeling pretty good about the fact that this is the same setup that I've used in his. There's our motherboard right there. Let me go back to CamLink and get that in there so we can go in there. Okay, so for storage, and this is important. I know he's gaming, so I did a little bit, like I had a little bit of extra money in here. So the one of the things I like to do is just set it up so we have good storage options. So he's got a 500 gig M.2 SSD that he's going to be using for his OS drive, and then anything that he does, he might do streaming or anything else. He's got the option there. And then he's also got 1 terabyte Team Group SSD. This is specifically for games. He's got lots of storage room, so he's not bothering his pops, Dennis, in a couple weeks and being like, hey, Dad, I'm out of room. Gives him plenty of room in there, and it gives him keeps by putting his OS and just those other things on here. It basically keeps him he keeps his PC running fast and quick all the time. So putting that up, doing a little good hard drive management, which I always like to do when I can with a little bit of extra budget. And then for RAM, we're doing 3600 megahertz of our Corsair Vengeance RAM right here. So again, you've seen this stuff before. Overall, really happy with this stuff. We got, it looks really good. It's gonna look good in the Corsair case. So there's our RAM. We got, this one shows the actual 4x8 kit. I got 2x16. I think I ended up getting it for a little bit cheaper. So there's that. Let's see. We also have a single LL120 we're gonna be adding to this for our back fan. GPU. I've used a lot of these recently. In fact, I think this is our 3rd build. Ended up ordering kind of a bulk of these in there, but I really like this card. This is the Gigabyte RTX 2070 Super, their WindForce. Really like this card in terms of, it's sold out. So it wasn't sold out before, so it just sold out. But yeah, this is overall a great card. Really enjoy these. Great cooling with their triple fan design. I've been really happy, and then price per performance has been really, really good. So yeah, 2060 to 2070, not 2060. Oh, there's Drunken Baiter. Okay, right there. It's 2070, not 2060. I didn't say 2070, did I? No, it's 2070. So anyway, we got the 2070 Super is what we're putting in here. Not the 2060. I don't know where you got that. And there we go. So Drunken is the guy we're building this for his son. So yeah. Yeah, good dad, Drunken. Yeah, there we go. He's basically celebrating that. Okay, so that's that. And then of course, I got to make this look good, so I always like to put these in here. We got Asia Horse. We've got black and the black mix cables, which will look really good inside of the case. So there are our cables, which I'm pretty happy with, and I think that is pretty much. Oh yeah, and then we've got a 750 watt. I bought a bunch of these in bulk just because PSUs have been so hard to get. I got a bunch of these, and we threw one of these in here. Cost effective, probably not the most cost effective. There's some ones that you can get a little cheaper, but again, hey, it's his son's first PC. Throwing in a 750 watt gold certified. So if he throws in a 2080 Ti or a 3080 or whatever it was later on down the line, he's got plenty of power. And his motherboard and everything else is definitely, if he wants to go up there and do upgrading, he's got that supportability. So he's got more options there. There's Dennis. Okay, there you go. So yeah, we got some options there, getting in there, going in there, and getting other. So we got a lot of options, plenty of fun times. This should be a great PC. I mean, honestly, I think Dennis said flat out that his son is spoiled, you know, with the kind of PC that we're building him for his first rig. But yeah, I'm happy, and I think his son is going to be very happy with this build. What do you guys think? What are your thoughts on the build that we've got him going in there? 5K budget, Lord, that's a budget right there. Yeah. Is that 5K? Is that 5K like pesos or whatever it is? Yeah. So yeah. Oh, Canada. Okay, there we go. So anyway, there's the deals. If you want to check out the curated deals, if you want to check out the build, again, you'll see down in YouTube. You can just check down below. The build is all listed out there for all the different parts. If you are watching Mixer or you're watching Twitch, it'll just come up and it'll say, hey, here's the build that Robey's building today. You can just click on that link and it'll take you there and check it in there. So yeah. Want Robey to build you, and also there's some people talking about commissions. I'm just seeing what else is going on there. It's going to be awesome. Okay, well, I think that's it. I think we kind of have the plan. Who's ready for some build hype? Let's actually build this bad boy and get this ready so Dennis can have it going there. We will show you guys the case. Don't worry, we do case prep about. We do case prep, so we'll show the case. If you guys, I can show. Actually, hold on. Well, no, we'll just show it when we get to the build itself. Okay, so let's grab our motherboard and go from there. Build it. Everybody's ready. Hey, Robey, got a question? My parents got me a 2.5-inch 250 gig SSD and a 1 terabyte hard drive and a 1 terabyte. Should I use all three? And if so, what program should I have on each? You could use that 2.5-inch SSD if you wanted to. I would put your OS on that. I'd take the other larger drive, the mechanical drive, to do that for media, and then put your games on the 1 terabyte NVMe. So yes, I would use all three. That's a good use for things like that. Okay, so here we go. I'm running Ryzen. My parents called me a super spoiled because I'm getting a 2080 Super. That's pretty spoiled, dude. Okay, here we go. Top down. Let's get this build started. Let's get this party started. Okay, so let's open this up. It's already sealed here. What did I do with? Oh, there's my knife. I like, for those of you who don't know, I asked for a knife for my for Father's Day. We'll have to see. Let's see what I get. That's the plan. Okay. There's all of our stuff. Got all our things in here already. Let's open up the bottom. There is our beautiful motherboard. Oh, okay, there we go. We do not need that. Oh, well, actually what I do is I take all this stuff out. Throw that down like that. We do need our IO shield. We do need our things. We don't need this. We won't need that. We'll put all this over here. We can put all the extras in it. So should he decide to lie to me and just tell me he's selling it because he knows that my builds are worth so much money now. So celebrity. There we go. Okay. Yeah, this is always the exciting part when we actually start the build. I know I still enjoy running through tech deals. Did anybody have any deals? Did anybody have any deals for that they saw that they were like happy about, or that they were like, oh, that's awesome? Anybody pick up any deals from the show today? Look at that board, man. That board is nice. Thanks, man. Thanks, Mark. I appreciate it. Fancy. Yeah. going in there. It's a fancy board. I know at least for sure that Bernie's like, yeah, I love this board. Okay, so we do not need, I don't think, I have enough of these motherboard bags now, so yeah, I'm definitely going in there. If you want to check out the specs, you can just hit exclamation point, they'll just kind of scroll through there. If you're over on YouTube, you'll be able to just check those out because they'll kind of happen naturally. But if you're on Mixer or Twitch, it'll kind of just pop up as kind of a timer. Okay, so let's open up our CPU now. Again, so just to go through an overview of what we have here, this is a micro ATX board. Micro ATX is a different form factor than ATX, so this is smaller. I'm going to kind of shoot this over here a little bit so you guys can see it a little bit better. I'm framing it. I can frame it right here. There we go. Framing it right there so you can see. So micro ATX is a smaller form factor. Usually there are cases like micro ATX will fit in an ATX case, but there are cases that are specifically made for this. So this is usually a smaller case. Micro ATX versus ITX, which is smaller. Micro ATX actually has 2 PCIe slots usually, and additional slots as well. ITX will usually only have 2 DIMMs. Sometimes you'll have 4, but you end up with more room for RAM. You end up with better VRMs and stuff like that. So you have more room to cram more features in when you have micro ATX versus you have ITX. This right here is your AM4 socket. This is where you're going to install your CPU. On Intel, it's LGA115X or 1200, LGA 1200, which is the newest version. We have 4 DIMMs here. Depending that we're filling, the fact that we're filling all 4 of these means it's going to be super simple. We're just going to fill all 4 of these slots with RAM. But in certain cases, if you were going to put in 2, you'd activate dual channel, and a dual channel is actually separated. So usually on A2 and B2 if you have dual channel RAM. This is your power right here. This is your ATX power. Up here is your EPS power for your CPU. Just because, and one of the things that I've made mistakes before, I apologize, but just because you have 1 and not 2 doesn't mean that this board isn't capable of overclocking. In most cases, the second one is just kind of is actually kind of more of a marketing ploy. There are things specifically for extreme overclocking, which none of us are doing if we're using like LN2 or anything like that. Sorry, like super, like what's the word I'm looking for? Liquid nitrogen. Then you might need it for basically throwing a bunch of voltage through your PSU. Down here, this is SATA. This is your mdot2 armor for installing multiple mdot2s, which we're going to be doing. We have additional 2 SATAs here, plus 6 here. These right here are fan headers. This is your front panel connectors. This is your HD audio. This is your USB 2, and then over here is your USB 3. And then these are actually RGB headers. It looks like we have 1, 2, 3, and a single. So we have 2 12-volt and a 5-volt addressable RGB. And then we have fan headers. We have 1, 2, 3. Oh, wait. So there's another one there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fan headers, which is actually pretty awesome. So that is the motherboard. And then for I/O on this board, you can see we've actually got, looks like we have HDMI. We have DisplayPort. I'm hoping if somebody wants a PS2 mouse, you've got that option. We've got 6 USB 3.0, 7, and then we've got a USB 3.2 Gen 2 plus your network connector. And then this does not have an integrated I/O shield, so there's your I/O shield right there. So that is what we have. That is the motherboard in a nutshell. Now let's install our CPU. What do you guys say? In stock though was I have 8-pin and 4-pin. The 4-pin's not used. So Corbis, it brings up an interesting thing. Sometimes like you might actually have both, but some motherboards like they will not post unless they're both plugged in, which is interesting. At first, I'm using an AI cooler. Is there any precautions that you take before installing? Any tricks and trips? Alan, I would watch any one of my videos where I install it. That's usually the easiest thing. They're not hard. They're just time consuming. So just take your time. Okay, let's go ahead and open it up. This is, hey, by the way, look at this. We have a certificate of authenticity. I just want you to know, Dennis, I bought you a real AMD processor. I didn't buy a knockoff AMD processor. I have a paper that I could have not photocopied to make sure that you know that this is real, authentic AMD. Not fake AMD. No fake AMD up here in this place. For the sake of fun, I don't think this is a Wraith. I think this is just a standard Prism. Yeah, this is the Wraith Prism cooler. But for fun, I think I'm going to donate a wraith prism cooler to you. We're going to give him the wraith one instead of the standard one, because I think that'll just be more fun. So we're going to give him the wraith prism cooler instead of the standard prism cooler, and you know, keep it a little bit real here. There we go. And then put this all away. Because we want to give it, I'm sure, I mean, what young lad doesn't want more RGB, you know? Okay, there we go. We'll save that in case we end up having, like, I like to donate prism coolers because I have so many of them. So I'm like, oh, we'll give them a nicer prism cooler. Okay, so here we go. Here's our CPU right here. The way this works, you just basically peel right here from the top. Nice and easy. You want to grab from the sides. You try not to touch the IHS. I always like to make the same jokes, but I tell these jokes because they're important. You see these little pins in here? You don't really want to do anything with those pins. You know what I mean? You don't want to lick them. You don't want to use them to like, you know, comb your gerbil or other furry animals. You don't want to use them as like for like what is it? Micro pachinko. Might be not a thing, so try not to do them. You can see there's a little arrow right here in the left-hand corner. You can see that little gold arrow. That little gold arrow attaches to the, lines up with this little arrow on the side. The way you want to do this is you just basically pull this up, put it to 90 degrees, and then you're going to set this in just like so. It goes in really easily. And then you notice that the Ryzen, the way you always install Ryzen, it always is vertical, unless it's Threadripper. Sorry, so I'm getting ahead of myself. For a Ryzen chip, non-Threadripper, it always goes vertical. Then you're just going to pull this tension arm down, and boom, there your CPU is installed. And that was easy. We now have a CPU in here. I go for the 1650 build. Ryzen 2070 is working on tonight's show. There you go, right there. Comb, yeah. You don't. Super Tech's asking, should you comb your gerbil in general? I don't know. I don't know if you should comb your gerbil. If a question isn't meaning, yeah, I'm sorry, guys. We do have techies and stuff. I don't see all of the things in chat, so I apologize. Let's go ahead and open up our RAM real quick. So for RAM, we're going to get that installed right over here on the left-hand side and get that going. So we're going to open those up. These are pretty easy as well. They're not hard in terms of the installation. And we're going to be doing all 4 of these, so it makes it just that much easier. It's always easier when you do all 4, because you don't have to worry about where it goes. Suggest me for an i5 10600K. Who said that? So Hero, if you look down in the description below, in the say top deals, there's actually an ASRock Z490 board for the 10600K that is on sale for $120, $139. There's also a that's a good board right there. Honestly, Z490, you can do any of the ASRock boards or Asus. The Asus one is also pretty good. So any one of those should be absolutely fine if you're looking for a board. Okay, let's go ahead and open this up. And then again, when you install RAM, sometimes both of these clips come out. In this one, the bottom one is fixed, so you only have to undo the top clamp. And then what you want to do is you'll see on the RAM, here we'll show you real quick. Whoops, see, get them all out. Make it easy. There we go. There we go. Okay, so on the RAM, you'll see these little slots in the PCBs. This is called PCB, stands for printed circuit board. These little slots align with these little slots right here. So basically what you want to do is just want to line those up. They go and slot in just like that. Then you just push down until you hear a good click on both sides. We're just going to do that for all 4 of these. Nice and easy. There we go. There's that one. Same thing here. Oop, did I line that up? Not line that up, man. I did. Okay, lined up. There we go. Same with this one. Line it up. And there you go. Just like that, all installed, ready to go. Okay, next stop. Let's go ahead and do our mdot2 drive. I hope people, are you guys enjoying the zoom in? I'm trying to give you guys like more detail when we do the install. So the zoom is new. We can now zoom in a whole lot more with our top down. and give you guys kind of a better view, which is what I've been trying to do here with the zoom. So yeah, 3,000. Oh, I downloaded more RAM. You know, I like to get it from moreram.com. It's the best place to. It's 32 gigs. So moreram.com is the best place to pick up and download more RAM. Please don't go there. That's not true. That's not true. Don't go and try and download more RAM. You can't download RAM. RAM is not downloadable. So don't be dumb. There we go. Open this up here. It's going to let go. Right. Oh, these are not captive. That's good to know. Not captive screws. FYI. Go. Take off this armor here. There we go. And we've got our little cooler there on the bottom. And then this is your this right here is your X570 chip right now. That's why you see this little fan cools the X570. We're actually going to be filling in both of these, all of these slots, and you can see that's 2280 and 2280. So we don't actually need the extra. We might need one for here. We'll check it out. Okay, we are going to not for the sake of just testing. For now, we're actually going to put in a test mdot2, and then we will do the other one next time. There we go. This is our test mdot2. So his OS is going to go right here. This is just so we can test the OS. Now we just have to use the small screw. This one's not covered. That's where we'll actually stick his T2 on his Crucial next time. There we go. We're throwing, again, this is not the one that he installed. We're just putting this in here because this is going to be the one that we're going to run the games on if we have time. Yesterday we were trying to do the same thing, and then sure enough, it took forever. But this does not have as many fans. No 9,000 fans, if you know what I mean. So yeah. Is 64 gigs of RAM overkill? It depends on what you're doing with it. But for gaming, yes, you do not need 64 gigs of RAM. Yeah, the colors of the board are nice, aren't they, Squirrel? How we doing on... We're doing Sparks. We got 4 donos right there at the beginning, guys. Let's see if we can get some more of those donos and unlock that $25 Newegg gift card. No matter what, we're going to give away 3 months of Xbox Game Pass, though. Oh, thank you very much for the Sparks, man. I appreciate that. Okay, let's go ahead and put in our other slot here. Come on, let go. Let go of the. Whoa, that just shot out like a lightning bolt. Okay, it's fine. I'm sure it's fine. Everything's fine. Everything is good. That was like fast the way that thing shot out. There we go. Now, when installing your M.2 slot, I guess I should show you this. There's a little slot on the PCB. I kind of rushed this. Little slot on the PCC, and you see there's also a little slot right here. What you basically want to do is just line those up and then push it in. Don't be afraid. And then when it kind of works like a diving board, you kind of know it's in. So there is to it. Getting a lot of text today, but not from anybody. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to peel our thermal pad down here. So we're going to peel that off. Keep this nice and cool. And there we go. I'll line it up like so. Go, and there we go. Okay. Thermal pads lined up. Our M.2 armor engaged. M.2 armor engaged. There we go. Put in our other M.2 armor. Then we only have one other thing to do, and that is install our cooler. Okay, there we go. Put these off to the side. And get that installed. Okay. So all of our M.2s are installed. Now what we're going to do is we're going to install our Wraith Prism cooler. Now if you were here for if you tuned in yesterday's episode, you've kind of seen how this works. We'll zoom in a bit here, and then I'll kind of walk you guys through these awesome coolers. Now we're going to do the Wraith Prism because we're going to give them a little bit more bling. Because what boy doesn't... Whoa. This actually has like no You know what? I think this is, yeah, that's because this is a Sparrow cooler. So I'm not giving him, oh, I've actually used this cooler before. So we're actually going to use, we're going to add some thermal paste to this. There we go. And we'll put that in there. And this is now garbage because we do not need it. I was like, where's the thermal paste? Oh yeah, that's right, because this is not a, I've actually used this. But I want him to have bling, so we're going to give him the nicer cooler. Okay, the way this is basically going to work, and what first thing we're going to do, and just because, is we're going to paint on some thermal paste. But we're going to give him some nicer thermal paste. So we're going to use some Chromique too, and get our little spread stick. So you guys are going to enjoy a little thermal paste painting. Welcome to Bob Ross, ladies and gentlemen. Who's ready for some Bob Ross? Here we go. There we go. I put a little bit of thermal paste on there. This is Chromique 2. This is the same stuff I use when I use my Optimus. The stuff I use with my Optimus water cooling stuff. And we're gonna Bob Ross it, ladies and gentlemen. Nice even quality thermal paste. Make sure it's evenly covered. It's like craft hour for all you. A nice even spread here. Okay, spin it around here. It's amazing how far you can make thermal paste go. Get a nice even spread. It's like coloring in the lines. Make sure you color in all the lines. And just like that, like you start to see it like spread all the way across. Bob Ross, eat your heart out. We're painting some happy little trees here in our thermal paste. Now we're gonna do this. Nice, look at that evenness now. And just like that, our entire CPU is now covered. There we go. Nice, even thermal paste spread. Cool. Looks good, I might say. I'm the Picasso, that's right, Salty. And just like that, our thermal paste is completely installed and ready for our application of... Okay. Now what we're going to do is the way these kind of work is there's our CPU header, which our CPU is right there. We're going to plug that in. Now, you can see these little clips right here go onto these little clips right here. And so what you're going to do is you're going to kind of do some jiggering, kind of get them to line up. And then once you're done, you see this little kind of switch right here. That little switch is going to lock down and lock the CPU in place, the cooler in place. We're going to put this down like that. The cool thing about these is these have lots of room. So there we go. We already got that on that one. We're going to turn this around. We're going to get this to go on the other one here, which is always the fun part here. Come on, let go. Get in. Ah, there we go. Just like that. Locked in like a beast. So what we're going to do is we're going to use this little latch right here. There you go. There we go. Our motherboard is completely ready for our case. Nice and good to go. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and luckily, because this is a micro ATX board, we'll have plenty of room to run our little USB. Now you get two options with the Wraith Prison Cooler. The first one that you get is you get USB and you get RGB. I always use the USB one because it just works better for changing coloring. I'm gonna take off our little our little thing right here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take this little adapter, see right there, a very small adapter. Going to turn it the kind of top ways up, and then you're just going to plug it into this little slot, and I'll show you the slot here in a minute. I think I'm putting this in right. Yes, it goes like this. Okay. So there it goes. You can see right there on the cooler. That's actually where we installed it right there. Where I installed it right there. Okay. And we're going to run this up like that. But for now, what we're going to do is we're going to move this out of the way because we got to go get our case. Case time, ladies and gentlemen. You guys have watched me put together another motherboard. I'm trying to think, like, I wish I could, I wish I was, like, running stats. I should go figure that out, but I'm wondering how many, like, if you've watched the show since the beginning, so, like, Cole, like, Eternal Rage or Blondie, like, how many motherboards have they seen me put together in my long, sordid history of building PCs here on the channel? So, oh, I'm here now. Hey, what's up, Alonzo? How are you? I'm glad you're there. Some fans already have pre-thermal paste. Yes, they do. This one, again, that actually usually does come with pre-applied thermal paste. I took that cooler from a different CPU that we were doing with earlier, and so I had cleaned off the thermal paste, and now I had reapplied it because I wanted to give him something with a little bit more RGB. So, so the bottom, so mine did its junk. I've never spread the paste out just a pee. You can. You can do either way. I just, you know what, honestly, the House of Tom, I do it because it's entertaining. Were you not entertained watching me color? Like, you got little arts and crafts there at the same time. So let me go grab the case over here. Why do you not want arts and crafts? Arts and crafts time is much more fun, right? Yeah, just grabbing our case from the box right here. Ah. There we go. I'm excited about that. I love this case. A small little beastly case, but it always looks so good. It's nice and compact, which is always fun. Just really can't go wrong with it. And luckily, the other thing too that I was kind of happy about this is that Dennis is local, so I don't have to worry about shipping this. I have shipped, if you watched me do the Miss Harvey build, then you know that I'm capable of shipping this. We actually saw it, but I don't have to worry as much in this case because he is right here. Okay, there we go. Little case thing, and here is our itty bitty little beast right here. I love this little case. There it is right there. The Crystal 280X. Love this PC. It's so small. It's like, it's just like the right size. And it's, you know, a lot of potential with this particular case. But yeah, this is the Crystal 280X. So yeah, there we go. Trying to catch up with what you guys have been talking about. Oh, phew. I'm winded from how heavy this is not. Yeah, it's an awesome little case. I actually really like this little case. What we're going to do is we're just going to quickly, quickly as in use a screwdriver. I could use this. I think this would be good. Yeah, I'm going to loosen these real quick and get the case stripped down. Get all the, I like to get all of the tempered glass off. By the way, big shout out. Honestly, 700 people almost already. That's a good day. It's a good day. 122 hanging out here in Mixer. We got 465 hanging out over on YouTube, and then we got 72 over on Twitch and 4 people on Facebook. What? That's 400% growth in Facebook right now, guys. Let's get some shout out to those Facebook fans watching the show live right now. What do we get? Get some love for Facebook. Facebook Live, folks. Next thing you know, they'll be dominating. They'll be dominating. Okay. Oh, do not fall. What's Facebook nice? You guys are hilarious. Don't be mean to the Facebook folks. We appreciate them too. I love, my wife watches on Facebook sometimes. She's awesome. So, ooh, we moderate. Yes, we moderate. We have moderators in all of them, but I will let Blondie answer. I don't know why I'm answering for Blondie. Yeah, it's an infinite increase. That's true. Yes, good call. Because I went from 0 to, well, actually, no, it's, yeah, I guess I always have like, I always have 1, but then it goes in there and goes down from there. So I don't know. Okay, we're just getting all the tempered glass off. Oh, where's that one at? I gotta find that. Must have taken it off. There we go. Oh, the plastic. Okay, awesome. Stripping the case down. There you can see right there, like how much room we have. Like it, lots of little room, right? Like just to be able to do this stuff. Now this, I'm not gonna bother, like, because I don't have to worry about the things, I am gonna go ahead and pull this off. Just because, I think it just pops off, if I'm not mistaken. I'll pull this off for one reason, and that is because I always get nervous, I'm pretty sure. Back off real quick. I'm going to take it off because there's a little dust filter that's a little loose, so that fixed. Okay, there we go. Okay, drop our hard drives and stuff. I'm batting 1,000 over here, ladies and gentlemen. Put that right there. There we go. Okay. Yeah, this just, I think, if I'm not mistaken, it just pulls off, yeah. Okay, always makes me nervous. It's always easier to just kind of do it when nothing is on, nothing is on it, though. We're gonna leave that on there. That'll cover all those. So what we have in here is it always comes with 2 LL120 fans. We got 2 L120s. This is like a dual chamber design, so you've got like the inside here, which is just like for motherboard, all that sort of stuff. Actually, plenty of room. You could, if you wanted to, throw 2 fans at the top. There is no room for the fan in the bottom, but there's 2 fans. We're going to throw 2 LL120s in the top, so airflow will basically pull in and then be exhausted out. There's actually quite a bit of room. So people had asked about airflow. There's quite a bit of room. Not ideal for airflow, but still perfectly fine and good enough. We can check temps once we kind of get it in there. Not anything like that Maxter case, where that Maxter case, that had some restricted airflow for sure. Don't forget when you're in there to grab your extra hardware. Cool thing about this case as well is, like, again, PSU's on the other side, so you don't have to worry about the color. And then it's easy to install drives. It's just basically got this little cover for that. But yeah, pretty neat little case. Very easy to kind of work in. Let's go ahead and install our other 2 LL120 fans that we have, and then we'll move on from there. So and it does have, yes, and it has a Commander, a Lighting Node Pro. So that's what we're going to use. Those are MLs. There's some LLs here somewhere. I think maybe I'll have MLs. I might have to do all 4 MLs. Thought I had LLs. They're all Fantex fans. Sec. We might go to all ML fans instead. Those are not. Those are EK. Oh, they're there. I knew I had LL fans. So grab a couple of these just to fill out his fans. Oh, and there we go. Over here in the corner where they belong. Okay, and we got all his fans ready to go. Get those installed pretty quick. Okay, so fan installation, pretty straightforward. We're just gonna install 2 on the top just to make sure he has good airflow. Grab a couple fan screws, and then run those down to his ML slot, his lighting node, which we'll show you a little later on. So. Now, the one thing that is kind of crazy about this case is there actually is a gap at the top, but it runs right up against the hard drive page. So it's a little bit harder to run cables up here. Not too much, but just a little bit. And then, yeah, these, and because we're not using an AIO in this, he has plenty of room as we install these. We'll have plenty of room for installing his motherboard still, even though we're putting in the fans first. I say that, and then I'm going to do this and be like, why did I put the fans in first? We're going to go ahead and do it this way anyway. Are there any cheap RGB cable extensions? The only ones that I know of are Lee & Lee, and I don't think they're cheap. Here we go. Now, there are 400 and so many of you folks who are already hanging out right now. 494 folks over on YouTube, and you know we have 125 over on Mixer. If you wouldn't mind, if you're on Facebook, on YouTube, hit that thumbs up, hit that like button. Doesn't hurt you. It helps me out a ton. Just hit that like button and let me know in a comment down below what you think. But I'd love to just, if those things always help the most, and it's completely free for you. So yeah. Press F to pay respects. To pay respects to me. I guess you could press F there. Okay. We'll run our other cable up here. Get out of the way. And again, we're pulling air in and then exhausting it out. Plan here, pretty straightforward design, but will look very pretty. Why are people pressing F? All right, you want to just respect me? I don't understand. I'm not dead. I'm Call of Duty. Go, putting our fans in. Opposed to the as unlike the build from yesterday, where we had 9 fans to install, this one's going to be straightforward because we only have 2 fans to install, which is always a little bit of a better circumstance in terms of speed. This PC is not for giveaway. Actually, we're starting the next giveaway PC. I don't know if it's next week or the week after. But we're going to be doing a Minecraft Dungeons build. And then we're also, I believe, I'm working with EA, but we're also going to do a Star Wars Squadron build, which is going to be awesome. That's a dual M.2. Yes, it is. House of Tom, we already installed 2 M.2s. We showed installing 2 M.2s on this board. So right now, on this board, we have 2 1 terabytes installed, even though he'll have a 500 gig and a 1 terabyte. We're doing it just for testing. Yeah, it's going to be Star Wars. I haven't watched the trailer for it, so no spoilers. I love those kind of games. They're some of my favorites. So yeah. Oh, nice. Batman theme. The giveaway is worldwide because they work worldwide. So no, the giveaway should work everywhere. Okay, there we go. All of our fans are hooked up now. Let's go in quickly, just for the sake of things. We'll go to top down here real quick. And put this down because it's really high. We're gonna just connect our RGB fans here real quick and see how much room we have. So these, we don't have a fan hub. I'm not gonna, the fans are gonna get these fans along with our, do we have a fan hub? No, there should be fans somewhere. Oh, they're all in here. So we're gonna have to hook up all our fans. This is what is that? That's USB 3. We have fans that we got to figure out, but I want to see if do I have enough length to run the RGB all the way down? Is the question. They have to go all the way down. Not quite the length. Okay. Well, I won't be able to do that. This is going to go in 3. I think they could have moved this just that much slighter. Sorry. There you go. And this is going to go in 4. Thank you very much for that subscription. XLMBXII. Okay, RGB is hooked up. Sorry, can't really see that. Okay, there we go. I need to put this down more, huh? Zoomed in. Oh, that would help. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so all we did is right down here, we took the RGB from the 2 Corsair fans, and then we installed it in our Lightning Node probe, which is pre-installed in this case, which is cool. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and install our motherboard, because everything else is just kind of ready. And then we've got our 2 top fans installed now, which is awesome as well. And then here's all of our cables. Yay! Lots of cables. And this actually, this inside of this case has a ton of room. And we're going to be 4 fans is kind of the maximum we want in terms of number of fans, because we don't have a ton of fans on a micro ATX case. So that's interesting. They ran like only one of these through. I actually gave you both. Oh, here's the fan. Here's the fan headers for the other one. So we're gonna. Oh, this is all like. This is weird. Why do they do this? Okay, I can pull all my cables through here. Pull our cables. Oh. Part of it's attached to the lighting node. It's like trying to pull up the lighting node here. We're all going to go to the back. We're just pulling all our cables through. So we don't really want all this stuff coming to the front here. Okay, so there's all our cables are now through. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to undo these. Undo these and get this. Okay, I'm going to try and undo these. It's not. There you go. Undo these. Thank you very much for that sub. That's 5 subs. Let's can we get a spark train going over on Mixer? Let's finish it out. 133 people. We only have like what? How many more do we have to get the next let's get this next. Let's finish out this. We need 21 million and we're at 17 million. So let's get those last 3 million sparks. Come on guys, we can finish that out. That's an easy thing for 133 people. Yeah, House of Tom, that is backwards. There we go. Let's just spam those sparks and get this done. I want to see how fast can we just fill up that whole spark goal. We don't have that many left. Okay, so now I'm just undoing these. We can run them through like we want to. Everything's in the back. There we go. Fan and fan. Come on, fan. And one thing I like about this ASRock, this particular ASRock X570 board, is how many fan headers this micro ATX board actually has, which is a lot, which is great. Okay, there you go. Okay, all of that is through now, and now we can put in our motherboard. Yay, motherboard time. Who's ready for motherboard installation? Okay, let's grab our IO shield. There we go. Get that up. Zoom in all the way up. Okay, there we go. Let's get our IO shield and get that in. Awesome. Look at that. You guys are crushing almost 19 million. We can do this. Hey, thank you very much, Big Justin, for that resub. That's awesome. Super appreciate that, man. 7 months. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're just going to basically install our IO shield. Now, when you install an IO shield, don't be worried. Like, it's okay to apply pressure. It's going to snap in there. Want to get it in nice and solid. Everybody likes the pre-installed IO shields. It's always nicer, but we don't have it for this one, so that's what we're going to do. Okay, so our IO shield is installed. Then we're going to take our awesome motherboard and pop that in there. Look at that. So cute. Looks so good. There we go. That was easy. Run that down there. Pull that through later. Easy, lemon squeezy, all hidden. Look at that. Oh, so simple. I love it. I love it when a plan comes together. These are all our extra. We got some. Look at all the extra stuff they give us. Oh, they even give us some extra. Look at that. Thank you for the zip ties. Okay, good. Okay. Now what I need is my motherboard screws, which are not these, which are right here. Oh, there we go. 21 million. There's 1 year of Game Pass right there. 1 year of Game Pass Ultimate already. Let's keep it going. Let's finish it out. How many more do we have left? What's the next one? 28 million. Let's do it. Can we get to 28 million? You guys can do it so fast. Just finish it. Let's give away 3 years. Come on, let's do it. Okay. CloudBot, giveaways, custom, 1 year Game Pass going now. 3 minutes, guys. 3 minutes. We're giving that away right now. Go ahead and get in on that giveaway train. 21 million sparks. Thank you very much, Swagmaster, for the embers. Embers, and I appreciate embers, super chats, all that stuff. You guys are awesome. I'm sorry I've missed some of the super chats over the next couple of days. I try to catch those things, but the good thing is that I do notice that Blondie will let me know right away. So if you do a super chat to get a question answered or whatever it was, that's going in there. Okay. Okay, we're just gonna get these screwed in real quick. Boom. Boom. Nice, easy installation. This is going very, very smoothly right now. Oh, that's a peg. That's not going to help me. It was going really easily until I tried to screw into a peg. And it did not go well at all. Okay, and then we got one over here. Got one more up there. Okay, that one, that one, that one. That one, that one. Oh, there's one more. Sorry. That last one up here. Oh, we got a couple. Now we have room down here to pull some stuff through, so we'll figure that out. But yeah. Okay, there is our motherboard is installed. Next step is what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and run all of our front panel. Oh, actually, oh, that's no, never mind. That's a hyper. That's your that's for Wi-Fi. I was like, wow, this board actually looks like it has 3 M.2s, but that's for Wi-Fi M.2. You didn't show the computer deal on Newegg, the 1660 Ti for $800. That's because that's not a good deal. Why would I show that? That's a terrible deal. Please don't use that deal. Save those. That's weird. I guess you could use those instead. I like those, but for some reason they gave me... Okay, that's kind of cool. I'm just looking at the other screws that they actually gave you with the... Okay, these we're going to use later. Don't need those. Okay. Okay, next up, let's go ahead and run our front panels. Run our front panels. Guys, this is, we're cooking with gas here on this build. Okay, so now we have all of our cables here. So we got fans. I'll figure those out here in a minute. These are all USB like a madman. So this is HD audio, right? Yep, HD audio. Let's get all this stuff kind of out of the way. We have another, oh, that's RGB, fan. And super chat. Hey, chat is saying the bottom M.2 is for Wi-Fi adapter, not an NVMe. No, so somebody was saying the bottom super chat. No, the the M.2 for Wi-Fi. I'll zoom in for you guys because you guys can see this. Is actually right here. If I go to right here, we'll zoom in and I'll show it to you. So if you look right here on the left, I'll even bring it up even a little bit closer. We'll zoom in right over here on the left. So right here, this Hyper M.2 slot right here, that is actually the one for Wi-Fi. This and this are both M.2s for standard storage M.2. So that one is actually the one for Wi-Fi. And that's why it's only so small. That's why it's a 2240, 2240 versus a 2240 versus a 2280. So that's what that's for. So yeah, there you go. That should answer your question. But thank you for this. Thank you for the super chat. I'm sorry I missed it. Yeah, the short one is for M.2. It is tagged for Wi-Fi. So these are, I've used this board before with two M.2s and they both worked with. This is, oh, wait. You're right. This does say M.2 Wi-Fi. Okay, I gotta look. Thank you. That might actually, you might actually be right. Hold on. Crap. I've used dual M.2 with this. Yeah, one sec. Usually, thank you for pointing that out. I will check. And if that is true, I have put in both. If not, I will throw a 2 terabyte in there for him and then he'll be good. But I thought you could do both. Trying to see. Show me how to do the stock cooler, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Because that would be weird. I've always seen it with both. Okay, well, we'll test it. If it doesn't work, then I'll throw in another one. I'm pretty sure that will work. I would be super surprised if it doesn't, but we will try. And if I'm wrong, then I'll throw in a 2 terabyte and then we'll be good. So the other Hyper M.2 is underneath. Yeah, I've got one there. And then this one, this smaller one though, is usually just for the, yeah. And this one is saying M.2 Wi-Fi, but it supports up to 2280. So yeah, I'm gonna check. We'll test it. If we're wrong, then I will put a 2 terabyte in there. But I'm pretty sure it'll work. Okay, let's run our Let's run all our cables though real quick. So this is HD audio right here. That would be a first that I've ever seen a 20. Like every time that I've seen that happen, and I've installed on this board. Like Bernie, I put 2 in yours, didn't I? This is a mini ATX. This is a mini ATX. Yeah, 2 terabyte will be fine. If that's my mistake, then he'll be fine. But because again, we put a test one in there, so it's not like it's not like if I need to throw a 2 terabyte in there, I will. I'll give him a 2 terabyte PCIe Gen 4 one. So, which is actually more expensive than both of his together. Okay, throwing front panel connectors down. This is like kind of in a weird, awkward spot. I don't know why I'm getting such a bad angle here. Okay. Come on, get in there. Okay, those are there. These are fan headers. I'm just getting the fan headers out of the way. Okay, so we ran our USB 3.2 down here. These are SATA. This is just a normal USB header. That should be right there. Yeah, I love this case too. I built it. We built it not that long ago. Okay, I think there's 2 there. Oh, USB 3.X. Gonna go right here. Not mistaken. Okay, we should have 2 fan headers at the top, which I think there's. I'm gonna go look and see where all our fan headers are in a minute. But let's hook up the rest of our front panels real quick. Okay, this is HD audio, and as you can see, HD audio is always keyed a certain way. So there's one little hole right there. Put that in the bottom left. And then this is USB. So we're going to put our USB right here. Right there. USB 3.1 is going to go right here. There we go. And now we have our little front panel connectors here. The way front panels work, we'll zoom in on those here in a minute. Let's zoom in so you guys can see a little bit better. The one thing is the lip of this case is really high. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to have power switch. It looks like we have power switch, reset switch. Is this reset switch? Okay. The reset switch goes in the bottom one right here. Okay. Then power switch plus power switch goes right above reset switch. Right there. And then we have plus and minus, which goes next to it. So plus and minus go next to it. And then these are always the hard ones to do from the side. Ooh, I really nailed that on the first time. Okay, there you go. So there's our front panel connectors all hooked up. Okay, so front panels are plugged in. We're good there. And then, so like we have our USB right here. We have two fan headers right down at the bottom, which is great. So we can run 2 of them down here. We have 2 up at the top, 1 in the corner, and then I think 1 more up here. So I might run the other 2 just up here real quick. And then that'll be all of our fan headers. Okay, zoom back out here. And run these. So we're gonna run these 2 to the bottom. Run these. Right down here. Okay, there we go. And these are fan headers. So this one goes right here. And the other one goes right here. Okay, fan header 1 and 2 are in. And we have 2 more fan headers. Plug in. Okay, we got 1 that we can do in the corner, and then another one that we can go right there. Okay, cool. What we do is we run this one. There's 2 quarter, there's 1 right there. Always the fun part when you like try and hit your itty bitty finger doesn't bend that way. My concentration face right now. Oh my gosh, I hate this part. Okay. Got 1 through. This goes right here. Fan header in the top left. Go. There's that one. We have 1 more fan header, which is going to go right. Actually, could, just for the sake of fun, just enough room. Put this one right here. And there's our last fan header. Last fan plugged in. Okay, cool. All of our fans are plugged in. Now what I'm going to do real quick is clean up our cables that we do have installed. These are fans, and I want to make sure that these do not go in there. So we're going to grab 1 of these. These all go. One set. Fan header. Fans. Going to be all cable tied here in a minute. Come on, cable tie, get in there. Get in your hole. There we go. Okay, secure those. Okay, so there's our fans there. And we have all of these beautiful, useless, not useless, actually very useful, but just kind of out and about, willy-nilly cables down here. Get these done. Trying to get these cleaned up here. These are not the most ideal placed. What I'll do is actually kind of put them in a octopus-esque pattern right here. Again, we have some more cables coming through here. Go. There we go. And we'll clear these nice and tight. These are going to go up here. Do one more cable right here. Kind of keep it nice and clean here. And the last one that I don't want to do too much to is I want to, and then what you do is you do this, and this will kind of hold them all down. And there we go. Well, cables are held down now. These are ready and free to do. Okay. Nice and kind of cleaned up down at the bottom, out of the way. Okay. Okay, so everything is hooked up. One thing we got to do now is we're going to install our GPU and then run our cable extensions and then plug in power, and then we're done. Cooking with gas, and we still have at least an hour left of the show, so lots going on here. Oh, let's pick a winner. Pick a winner. Sorry guys, I got distracted. Picking a winner. Congratulations to Lakota 1966. Lakota 1966, you are the winner of 1 year of Game Pass Ultimate. Thank you very much for that subscription, by the way, Corey. Looks like that was a resub, but thank you very much for that. Awesome. Thank you, Lakota. Congratulations, I mean. Okay, now we're just gonna we're gonna put our GPU in and all that stuff. We can put this on. We're not gonna be doing anything with this. Okay. All of our fans and everything are hooked up. That looks good. Okay, GPU time. Bum, bum, bum. There's our GPU. Now, remember, guys, if you're coming into the show, of which there's quite a few of you who've now joined a little bit later, if you're coming into the show, I've got some really great tech deals all lined up for you. If you want to check, if you're over on YouTube, you can just check those deals down below. We have deals on like 2070, on a bunch of Ryzen. There's also some deals on Intel if you're looking for an Intel motherboard, or an Intel like the 10700 is actually on sale. We've got some good options there. We've also got, I've got a whole PC. It's about 1,100 bucks. Really, really great. 1080p, 100 plus FPS, 1440p, 60 FPS, PC spec at 1,100 bucks. So really great, some really great deals there. If you're looking specifically for something cool, you can check that out. Either if you're on Mixer or Twitch and you're just joining us, you can just do !deals for that sort of stuff as well. So, oh, I picked up. Oh, nice, Fuji. That was a great deal. That P400A is a great thing. You're welcome. Congratulations, Lakota. Okay, so we're taking out here's our beautiful, I think this is going to look really good in here. There's our beautiful Gigabyte 2070 Super, ready to go. Open that up. I like the aesthetics of this particular CPU. Deals, yeah, Hype Zone. Ah, yes. Hey, thank you for the subscription there. Yeah, that new yeah, I get it 3 times. I usually get it 3 times. Well, 3 times a week. Sometimes it depends. And if we decide to do bench testing, then I don't get it as often, because sometimes I'm using old GPUs. But yes, it has that new GPU. It smells like a new car. It really does. I'm gonna put that in there. Yeah, a new GPU smells like a new car smell. Hey, Fuji, thank you very much for that, man. Any thoughts about the Aorus 2080 Super? Which one? I actually have one and I love it. So if it's the one that I have, I love that card, and I love the way it looks. Probably one of the best looking cards out there. I have not used the Deep Cool Quad Stellar. Hey, can you make a full gaming streaming setup? Yes. But well, I don't. In what way? Reading mixed reviews on it. Oh, okay. I don't know a whole lot about it. You're reading mixed reviews on this card or mixed reviews on that AIO? Okay, let's get this off. Going well. Ash, thank you very much for stopping in. Okay, we're just going to take this off and get our GPU clean. A nice little grip there. This one doesn't require screws. You just pop right out like that. This is not a giveaway PC. The next giveaway PC that we're starting, we actually have a PC giveaway starting in the next 2 weeks. We have a $2,000 PC we're giving away. And there we go. We're going to remove our HDMI. Oh, you know what's missing? I gotta find that. Okay. Just realized I'm missing something that's not supposed to be plugged in. That's the... Okay, sorry guys. I'm just sorry for my head. Kind of getting this going to top down. Here we go. We're just going to pop this in. Should be good. Fills up like a good amount of space. And then we're just screw this back in, which is really nice and simple in terms of installing these. Since this uses like tension, hold it in. Go. Go, and then we're going to screw this in. If I put it in right. Go. Holds it in. Like, one thing I like about this particular bracket is that it actually does a good job of holding it in. Once you tighten it down, yeah, that's nice and solid there. Okay, now I'm going to look for, I forgot about this thing, and I'm wondering where it went. We have a USB that needs to get plugged in. Oh, there it is. Okay. I was like, there's a USB that's missing. We're going to plug this in. It's now just going to become incredibly difficult to plug in. Yep. It's going to be almost impossible to plug in because of the stupid... I actually have the room behind it. I'm curious. Sorry, guys. One sec. Forgot to run. There's a little USB cable, and that USB is for the AIO. I mean the cooler for the motherboard. Sorry, the CPU. And I got to run it down here and plug it in. But now that I've put in the GPU, that now becomes incredibly difficult because I don't have carny hands. Oh, maybe not. Actually, this might work. I still don't think I'm going to get this done, so I'm going to remove the GPU. Ugh. Tried to trick me, and then I noticed, oh wait, where are you? Where are you, little cooler USB? Tried to trick me, but I was able to remember. Then I'd be like, oh, I turned this on, and the light's not on. Well, that's why. This is going to be interesting because now I have to use my special little iFixit kit. Unlock the little latch. It's all locked in. There we go. Oh, not the easiest thing when you're filling this thing with that much power. Okay. You, come here. Okay, you, come here. It's always like just that size Gosh darn it, I just got to get that much more room. Oopsie, just drop those. I wonder if I can find a way. I might be able to. If I can get a little bit more room, I'm going to try and see if I can. Need to be able to run this straighter. I hate how short they made this little cable. Like just that much too short. I want to hide it the other way if I can. I get it. I get enough. I did. I got enough right there to. There we go. Okay. We got it and figured it out. Plugged in now. It's kind of a giant pain in the butt, but it's done. Okay. Put these away. Go. Okay, we got our USB, our thing installed again, which is great. We just need to get our graphics card installed for the second time. You guys now get a double shot of graphics card installation. Yay! How can that not go? How can that not be exciting? Okay. Okay. There's that one. Let's just make sure these are in right. The clip. Pretty sure this goes. Doesn't go like that. How's this go? Oh, that's yeah. One. There we go. Okay, those are in. Now we can put in our GPU. We'll have to take this out again when we do the other installation anyway, but I mean when I put in the real mdot anyway, so fine. Okay. Now let's screw this in. Go, that's in. And now we'll install this one. Okay. Now we've got all of that done. Now we can throw in our cables. All we have is our cable extensions. And we're good to go. Like it's pretty close to finished at this point in time, guys. Pretty close to finished. Looking pretty good. Okay, let's go ahead and grab our cable extensions and get those installed. And these cable extensions are going to go, like, we're going to have the two go down here, and then we'll have the, we only have the three, which is awesome, so pretty easy. We got the nice black and gray mix here. I think will look really nice with this build. And the last part is PSU. Actually, it's a little bit simpler on this build because not as much to worry about. Go. Okay. We need IPTX. There is our. Make sure that's not the CPU one. Nope. VGA. Need our CPU one, which is right here. There's all our cables. Just go in a little box, and we're good to go. Okay, cool. We're gonna run this one real quick. This is an easy one. Charge. Yep. So we're gonna run a couple. Go grab a couple 4 pins real quick and run that in there. I do builds for Canada. I have. Yes, an AIO. I have done this case with an AIO. You can check them as Harvey build. I've done an AIO with this case. Yes. It's a little bit tighter. There's some things that you might need to run before, but yes, there is enough room. You can actually custom water cool in this as well. It's just a tight water cool. Yeah. No. That one. Okay. First cable in. There we go. Okay. You guys can see that real quick. This is the cable we just put in right up here. Top left. And now we just got to put in, this is the slowest one. Putting in all these. Oh, that's a 3. I was like, what? I think that's a pretty good build. I don't think there's any issue with that. The 36, like 3600, 3700X is a great CPU. And the P I've used a lot, the Prime P, and in fact, it's on sale. And I have that link to that motherboard in the sales below. Don't forget, guys, if you're looking for PC parts, like every week on Thursdays and Fridays, we always run deals, like we show you deals. And sometimes I actually have exclusive deals here on the channel. So it's always worth kind of popping in there, especially if you wait till the end of the week. I know that sometimes it's hard because you're like, oh, I'm excited, I want to get the parts. But it's worth popping by and seeing what deals I always have. Corbis, yeah, that is always an option, but you usually overpay. Yeah, you always end up having to overpay when you do a pre-built. The giveaway that we're giving today is international. Yes, it's just a game. It's either if we get to another 5 subs. It'll be a $25 Newegg gift card, but if not, it'll definitely be 3 months of Xbox Game Pass. No aftermarket CPU cooler. Nope. He's just using the stock. Budget. Would you all take a 1 terabyte SSD over 2 terabytes of hard drive as a secondary storage on a game rig? I would. It depends. As long as the games are running off of an SSD, I don't know if it matters, but I would not. I would make sure my games are running off of an SSD. Like I did a whole video on how much time an SSD saves you, and that is worth it in and of itself for loads. Yeah, and if you wouldn't mind, because there's 786 of you, you wouldn't mind just hitting that thumbs up button, hit that like button. That would be a huge thing for supporting me. If you're over on Mixer, 140, just hit that follow. We're 5 away from giving away a $25 Newegg gift card. And then, yeah, so if we can just get some more subscriptions. And remember, you can use your Bing rewards to actually pay for subscriptions now, which is pretty cool. Yeah, the video, like, it saves you a ton of time. So I would say SSD, especially for games, period. Okay, here we go. I'm going to top down so you guys can see this. I'm just going to pull this through. Luckily, we have all our cables controlled, so you know, easy peasy, don't lemon squeezy. There we go. Okay. And we're good. Okay, next stop is we're going to do run our two main cables here. See this and this. There we go. There we go. Gonna throw a couple, like we're gonna put as many on this just to make sure it looks good so it runs all the way back. These are easy and fast to install. I'm going to start with that. There's 3. Make sure that's the right way. Okay, cool. Ooh. Ow. That hurt. Go. What are we doing on time? 8:25. Doing good. I'm just curious if that M.2 is actually the way it's supposed to be. The PC giveaway, I don't know yet. I'm guessing probably not. Because of just, but I will find out. I don't know for sure. A 1,000 people. Let's get 1,000 viewer hype. 1,000 concurrent viewer hype on the channel right now. We have 1,000 people watching the show. That's awesome. We have 804 people watching on YouTube, 144 hanging out on Mixer right now. We have 2 still chilling over on Facebook. And we still got 2 chilling on Facebook and 59 hanging out over on Twitch right now. 1K viewer, 1K concurrent hype right there. Okay, let's do, I think we'll do one more just to make sure. Double click. Okay, we're getting really close to having this done. After this, we flip it over and throw some flip it over and throw a PSU in it, and then we turn it on. And then we're going to see if that M.2 works. Oh, good. Thank you very much, Karma. That's what I thought, right? Like, it was just like, this seems wrong. I wonder why. That's terrible. Okay. Okay, now we have plenty of cable combs on here just to make sure the cables look good. And run all the way to the back. Okay, let's run top down. We're gonna run all these to the corner over here. Should look really good. Oh, I should have, hold on. One of the things I like to do before I do this too much, come on, is just train your cables. It's just easier to do them outside of the case. Train your cable. There you go. Number 1. Cable. Cable number 1. You are in. That's weird. Okay, we're gonna run this one. It's nice and trained. There you go. Okay, let's try and grab our. That one. Okay, they're both through. He's having problems being straight here. There we go. Further down. Make sure these are like even in terms of where the cables go. Okay, let's pull this through. Go. Okay. Kind of being painful there for the in there. There we go. Okay, cool. Looks good. Turn it over and get our PSU installed. Everything else is all hooked up. Okay, PSU is pretty straightforward, easy peasy and lemon squeezy, you know what I'm saying? See you later, Cop Shop Tech. Thanks for hanging out, man. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. I super appreciate the Father's Day. Okay, grab our power supply. Is Donovan still watching? I'm curious if Donovan's still watching, and Dennis. Dom, you're 80 years old. Thanks for hanging out, dude. I appreciate you taking the time to watch on the channel. Okay, here we go. Very end here. Always the fun part. I don't have a whole lot to plug in, given how simple this build really is. When you don't have an AIO, have an AIO, it always makes it a little bit easier. There we go. Okay, there we go. Okay, we need not that. We need not that. We need that, one of those. We only need one this time though. It's always good. There's another one that we don't need. There is our dual VGA. No, that's single. I need that. That's the one we need. Need one of those and only one. The rest of this. Hey, thank you for the sub, White Wolf. Appreciate it. We're getting close to $25 Newegg gift card. There you go. Our PSU. Power cable, I don't need that. That's going to go in the box because we'll use that later. Except for later if he wants to. And that is all of our cables. One little thing here. Thanks, man. I appreciate it, Marble. there we go. Oh, I was like, wait a minute. Let's not forget to take out the most expensive part, you know, the PSU. I love how small these are. Nice and compact. There we go. Like, almost like didn't take the PSU out. That would have been bad. Where's the PSU? Okay. Undo all these. 1,033 guys, on our way to 1,100. Can we get to 27 million over on Mixer? Can we click that out and get it, just crush it? We get to 5. Can we get 5 million, or is it 28 million? It might be 28 million. Get those last 3 million. There we go. Thank you very much for those embers, man. 28 million. Can we get to 28 million and just crush it? I think we can, right? I think I can see you guys hit 28 million and do another giveaway. Yeah, I know. Argers, I try and put them up on Twitter every morning. So if you go to mornings, I throw you X570 and I'll show you what motherboards are in stock. Spam those sparks, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what we can do. Hey, what's up, Napalm? Napalm ramen. Man, I'm hungry. Ramen sounds good. Okay, CPU. Old man eyes couldn't read that very well. Okay, there's CPU right there. Where's Donovan? I was starting to talk to him and then I got distracted. Is Donovan still here? I'm hoping he's enjoying watching his PC get built. For those of you who don't know, this is a PC for this is a young gentleman's first PC. Dad picked it up for him. He's going to be PC gaming on this. Pretty good rig for your first PC, if I must say so myself. Yeah, I think so. Shut up, Siri. Good set of cable comb runabout. No, I did those cable combs. I did the cable combs I got, like the Asia Horse ones that I just did were like $40 for the cables and the combs. Yeah, it's a great. I think it's a great build for yeah, nice first build for a kid for sure. Ah, easy peasy. I love it when a good plan comes together and it just installs the way it's supposed to. Feels like this is not letting it go all the way down like this. Okay, we're just gonna make sure this. There we go. Oh, there we go. Okay, now it's in. When you drop the PSU screw. There you go, got it. Yeah, I like this case. I like this case. I've used it a few times. We did it for Miss Harvey's build and some others, which is always really good. So there we go. Getting close to the end here. Like I said, if you're over on YouTube right now, 796 of you, if you could just hit that thumb up, that would be a huge, huge help for me. I'd love to see this like come out of this stream with like 600 likes or 700 likes, you know? Especially if there's like 800 of you watching. Hey guys, we're at the end. Put in our last screw here. Okay, cool. Now, this is the easy part. Thank you very much for the sub. Drunken Bader. Oh, Drunken Bader's still here. Drunken Bader is like threw in the sub as a thank you for the build. Drunken Bader it's his son who this build's for. We're on the very end here, just throwing in these last little cables. Pretty painless in terms of the overall. I feel like I'm talking on a golf show. There we go. Okay. There we go. Grab our CPU cable, which is up here. CPU one. Like that. Okay. We have some SATA cables, which I have to find. You're off to the side here. Oh, there. Okay. I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to quickly kind of tie these kind of out of the way. Might not quite long enough. Do these in two different ones. Whoa, there we go. Thank you very much for that. Another subscription. Appreciate that. Go. Oh, was that a resub? Well, thank you for the resub, though. Still huge. I love resubs. They're just as good. They're longtime supporters. Okay, there we go. There's that one. That one. Keep it clean in the back. And we're going to grab our power cables. I have some here in here. There's one. Get another one around here somewhere. There. There are two SATA power cables. Go. That one. And of course, this is like that little bit too long for maybe. Go. You might ask yourself, well, what you're out of cables. I mean, zip ties. Never out of zip ties. If you're looking for parts like screwdrivers, all that sort of stuff, I do always put down in the description below, or via the down in the description below, especially on YouTube, all the parts. Like if you're looking for zip ties or cable combs or the stuff that I use to cut my cables, like there's links to all that stuff down below. So if you're looking to start a PC build and they're like, hey, what are some of the parts I need? I got all that stuff. I used to have an anti-static mat down there, but they're pretty much sold out everywhere. So I try and put those. We are going to be selling these. We're going to be selling the ones that you see here down below. Eventually, we're working on it, but outside of that, there's not really a whole lot. And I try to give them away. Okay, there we go. Those are all managed, cables managed. Everything's plugged in. I think we're ready to turn this on, guys. I think we're ready. I think we're ready to turn it on. See how this goes. Back looks actually pretty good. Okay, let's get up. And then we'll put all the plastic and stuff back on once we get it. Look at how small it is. It's so small and cute. Like such a compact, like it's, the best thing about it is like it'll pretty much fit everywhere, like fit anywhere. In terms of just being able to just kind of be where you need it to be. Overall, it looks really good, which is always awesome. Nice kind of clean look to it. So not a whole lot here. Finish the cable management here. Yeah, it looks really nice and simple and clean. Nice clean build. I think that's the only cable I don't like is that one right there. But outside of that, it actually looks really good. Okay, let's turn it on. I'm gonna throw all the stuff on it. Make sure it posts. It's not supposed to go over there. There we go. I'll be able to see it post here in a minute. Make sure it's good there, and then we will plug a monitor in it and play some check out 3D mark and all that sort of stuff. There you go. This is like a little bit higher because the thing is higher. So okay, here we go. Turning it on, and boom! There it is. All our lights are on. Look at that. Look at that. Easy peasy. Ooh, it's super quiet. Yeah, nice and there you go. Nice and easy. Goes right here on the top. Gonna get these out of the way, so we're actually go like this. Dust filters are in. Ooh, good amount of air sucking in and going in there. And there's actually quite a bit of space on this, like in terms of being able to put the things back on. But let's get the PC back together real quick. I do not see a post though. Not something I do see. Okay. Oh, never mind. I see it post. It did post. So it has posted. I do see it over here. That's posted. So there you go. If you guys want to see, there you go right there. It'll take a second, but then it'll show up in there. There it is. There's your post. So there you go. It all works. Hey, there we go. Yeah, and there you go. It's in Windows and ready to go. So there we go. All right, it all posts. It's good to go there. We'll throw it in the front so you guys can see the front view. Putting all the little tempered glass and stuff back on it real quick. I'm going to grab for a moment. 1 second, guys. And for just these moments, I feel like the music stopped. No, the music's still playing. Okay. Gonna clean up the tempered glass here. And then to make sure that we don't get any smudges on it once I clean it up, I have these white gloves. Eat your heart out, Major Nelson. There we go. And throw that one on. I can put our tempered glass on. Here, all clean. There we go. That. Then what I'm going to do for the sake of awesomeness is I'm actually going to use these instead, because you don't want to take the top ones off. And there's actually quite a bit of room. Like there's at least what? Almost, there's a pretty good amount of clearance on the top, but we'll check thermals here in a minute. Lots of RGB stuff. Yeah, it's nice and small too, which is always the best part about it. Okay. Grab my work. Okay. I like this because these will be a little bit more flush. Go. The music has stopped. Go. Get the music going again. There we go. Yeah, post hype for sure. Appreciate that. And we're done. Now the PC's back together, and we'll show you the front. I think the front of this build is probably one of my favorite parts of it. There we go. Okay. Okay, so you guys, now we can see the front of the build. We've already got some games downloaded, so we can throw Donovan or Dennis, whomever. No, RGB does not heat up RAM. Dennis or Donovan, whomever, what kind of games what games are you going to play on the PC? Thank you very much, Willie Lee, for the follow. Appreciate that. Okay, so you guys can see the front of the PC. So like again, I really like the way this PC looks. Clock just, oh yeah, because I just got a text message. There you go. See, it's got that, I love the way this case looks. It's got nice quality RGB. Again, you can change the colors to kind of match whatever you want, which makes it really nice and cool. We're gonna put it off to the side now, and let's get some gaming done on it real quick. So there we go. Throw these off. Let's go ahead and put on, we'll put it on just because we're going to want to test thermals. We had said we wanted to test thermals. Let's test the thermals, and we'll put the cover on it. We'll make sure it's in stock configuration. Okay, I want to get all this wiped up, cleaned. It'll be easier to screw in. Yeah, 3D mark. Yeah, we'll 3D mark it first. Yeah, for sure. Get all this stuff off of it here. That's on the other side, okay. And there's even some clearance, like there's some like standoffs on this thing, so it keeps it like even more separated. Go. People say I don't have white glove treatment for my customers. There you go. Yeah, simple solution there. Oh, that's not the right way. Oh, that's not the right way. Figure out which direction this goes. That is the right. Look at that white glove treatment. And now the thermals are in. It's still very quiet in terms of a PC. That's weird. What's going on here with this bottom left one? Oh, that doesn't have a hole. Literally just... Oh, it does have a hole. The thing has sheared off of this. Like something like sheared it off. Oh, that's weird. Like the hole, like this is like literally sheared off. I don't know if that happened in shipping or what, but not coming. Okay, well, that's weird. Like the whole corner of this thing sheared off. It holds it on. It's just the whole screw is gone. Go. Figure that out later. Let's get some games in. There we go. Okay. Whew. Rosewell, yeah, I think that was Rosewell. Thank you, yeah, for them. I actually used to have a different mouse in the corner, and it wasn't. I ended up using, like, I was using one by, I forgot who it was by, and I had like a PUBG one, and I really liked it. And then, but it didn't have a Windows key, which on a stream setup on a streaming PC is actually kind of rough. So it was not the best. Okay, we'll get 3D benchmark going here in a second. Go. Throw a game in it. Go. There we go. Let's grab a monitor real quick. 1080p one, and then I actually have a 1440p one. I don't think we'll have time to do it today, but I now, for benchmarking, have a 1440p and a bunch of different ones. So we have more options moving in the future, guys, which is going to be awesome. So do not fear. Whoa. Oh. Oh. There we go. Okay, cool. Okay, now I have a monitor, I have a keyboard, I have everything I need to show you guys some games. Let's get over to the capture and let's run 3D Mark real quick. I think that's what people want to see. There we go. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Capture. Okay. Then we can see our overlay, but we won't. We'll run it. We should be able to run that from here. Why is this? Oh, because I didn't know it did tilt. Okay, let's bring up Steam. Ooh, there's actually a new CPU thing. So if we're gonna run 3D benchmark, we're gonna want to put in this driver. So let's give it a sec. Oh, nice. That's a good monitor. Oh, man. Okay, guys, are we going to finish out? So we're at 24 million. We're 4 million sparks away from another giveaway, and we're 3 subs. 3 subs away from another giveaway. We're gonna wrap it up and get it all done? That's a question for you. We're here at the end of the stream, so we don't have a ton of time left if we're going to want to do those giveaways here at the end. We have, by the way, next week, I think next week we'll actually have that Samsung 32-inch curved one that's coming out in July. So we'll actually have that on the show next week. We'll show that off a bit. I mean, we're going to be giving one of those away, which is going to be awesome. So, yeah, let's spam those sparks. Let's get those last 4 million, guys. Actually, last like 3.2 million, 3.4 million. We're just going to install our thing. There we go. There's some hype going there. Thank you very much. YouTube, how we doing? Have we hit that thumb up button? If you guys enjoyed this, we got a PC built. You got it built right before your eyes. It's all done. It's ready to go. What about giving that a nice thumb up? And then Twitch. There's 70 of you hanging out on Twitch right now. We know we got a giveaway coming up. If you could hit that follow button, I would greatly appreciate it. Just do some chat and all that sort of stuff. Sorry, guys, we just have a driver to install real quick. And the good thing is that we'll have the leaderboard, so we'll be able to see where this leaderboard fits in terms of other PCs. We'll be able to see where this one goes, because this is a 3600X with a 2070 Super. Oh, there you go. Okay, well, the driver's done. Hey, there we go. Thank you very much for that sub. Cosmic Jordan, thank you for giving one to Danny Cop. Okay, let's bring up our Steam thing here. 3D benchmark. Oh, update. I don't need you to do it. I need you to do it. Nice quick update. There we go. Launch. 464. Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate all that stuff. Next week we've got a case in the NZX. We got a build in the NZXT H710. We're also going to be building in the. I'm trying to think what else we have. I think we have 2 builds next week. And then Ryan McAfee's is the week after. So yeah, we have quite a few. We have some good builds next week too. Here we go. Running the benchmark. Oh, you know one of the things I forgot to do, and I'm assuming this is fine. We'll check it here in a minute. Yay! Thank you very much for that, guys. Come on, get in there. 25, almost 26 million. Let's finish it out. Running our 3D benchmark or 3D thing. Hey, Jason Doe, have a great weekend if you took off. I didn't know this. Thank you very much for all that stuff. Memory speed is 3600 megahertz. I didn't turn it on though. I forgot. I'll do that later. Let's. I've got a Zenith Extreme. We're gonna do the Threadripper build. Yeah, that's definitely in the future. We actually have one in the other room. There you go. Okay, so temp right now is 58 degrees on 55. Nice, perfectly fine temperature for our CPU right now. CPU sitting at a nice cool 57. RAM is... I know, Maddie. I forgot. I'll turn it on. Jeez, I forgot to turn on the XMP. I went to it quickly, and so you're right. I should be using it. I forgot to turn it on. I know I will get at least 300,000 comments about how I'm doing a benchmark without freaking DOCP on. Thanks for the subscription, John Paul. The overlay is NZXT Cam. But yeah, it's running a nice cool, like for a stock cooler. Plenty of fan sitting at 58 is perfectly fine. I think we're just trying to make sure that we get something in. It's 9 o'clock, right? So I want to get something in. Well, I think after this, I don't think we're gonna have time for gameplay, but at least we'll get the 3D benchmark in. Yes, it's not accurate. Sorry. I could go and turn on XMP, which would improve the overall benchmark score, which is true. This is not a game. This is a 3D Mark, which is like a benchmarking software. So. Hey, Swag! Thank you again for the more embers, dude. You've given away you've done a lot of embers. You do it in small increments, but it's a big like it adds up over time. Arclight was dropping the big ones yesterday. Ooh, 26 million. But the Ryzen 9 3900 and the let me bring it up here. The Ryzen 9 3900X and the RTX 20s. Would it be better to 600 or? I would 3900. I would do a 650 over a 550 watt PSU. $2,700. Yeah, Super DJ 3300X. Any good? We actually tested it for that. It's actually a perfectly good CPU. It's on par with a 1600 AF a little bit. So for gaming, it was completely reasonable. Yeah. It's just not cheap right now. You can't get them for what they're supposed to be 99 bucks. Or maybe it's 129 for the 3300X. But yes, it's a perfectly good PC GPU CPU for gaming. I already know, and I'm sorry that I forgot to do this, but I know I'm gonna get comments in the thing. Oh my god, there's one guy, like, dude, he went insane 2 videos ago, like, just leaving like the gnarliest comments. It's like, guys, it's a live stream. I have a time limit. It's not like a normal YouTube video where I have all the time in the world. Hey Dennis, what does your son think? Is he pretty happy with how the build looks? And I mean, it's got RGB, it's got plenty of CPU power. How's he feeling about the build? Actually, it'll be fun. Actually, what we should do is we'll turn on the DOCP after this, and then we'll get it. We'll turn on the DOCP after this, run it again, and then we can see what the difference is. 1.5 million to go. Yeah, that's right. We're getting close to that. To the sparks. But this will be that'll be a fun little test. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go after this. We're gonna turn the RAM on, and then we'll run the 3D Mark again. Then I can just answer questions, and then we'll see what the difference is. So we'll see what our score is, and then we'll test it with the higher speed RAM. Best bang for upgradability, yes, X570. I would even say X570 over B550. B550 isn't a whole lot cheaper than X570, and then you basically get PCIe 4 against all, on all slots, etc. So if you're not going to stream, it's the best card bang for buck. If you're looking at that price range, 5600 XT is a great card. If you're streaming, I can't recommend AMD because the NVENC codec basically lets you stream a game on the same PC much easier and for less money. Hurricane, I would not. That is a weird combination. If you're gonna, I would go down to a 3700X over doing a 3900X with a KO Ultra. It just feels like you're get your GPU up. Don't spend that much money on a CPU and not have your it's 3700X with a 2070, or versus doing a 3900X. So that was the question. I'm sorry, I must have missed a question. Hi everyone, how are you doing, Super DJ? The B550 Tomahawk is a really dang good board. How much isn't the B550 like 200 bucks? That's a good board, Tigger. I actually have it right here, and I would do the B550 over the EP. What GPUs will we be building next week? 2080s. It's all 2080s next week, so much higher end ones. The Ryzen 9 is $100 off. In fact, the Ryzen 9 3950X is less than $700 right now. Link is in the description below, Super DJ. Like 175. Oh, I thought it was like 200. Ooh, that's a good score. Whoa. I was not expecting a score that high. That is a great score. So these are compared to the other ones we've run, here's your results. Here we go. So we're sitting, there we go, 9278. That was a Ryzen 5 with a 2060 Super. So look at this. This is a 3800X. This will tell you something right here. This was a 3800X with a 2060. Look at what that 2070 Super did in terms of bringing your overall score. And then obviously 37. This is like 98, only 600 points behind this 3700X right here. So pretty good in terms of overall deals. Okay, let's change the RAM real quick. Let's change the RAM and then we'll run it again. Yeah, not bad. That's a great score. Uh, 35 million sparks is max sparks, yeah. If we want to save some giveaways for next week, that's okay. Or we can take them all now. Just depends on if we get to it. Come on. Okay, overclock, load XMP, there we go. Exit, save and exit. Yes, here we go. Okay, XMP is loaded. Let's see if we get a different score. That'll be interesting. This will be like a real test. Find out what happens when you actually run a real score, like when you actually run, when you actually do it with your RAM at max. Like, what is it going to do your 3D Mark score? Is the B550? It is supposed to be a cheaper entry level. What the heck? I don't know. It's supposed to be a cheaper, more entry level CPU. I mean, entry level motherboard. I don't know why it just didn't boot. Of course you're going to be weird. Use my boot device. Hold on. Oh, F11. Come on. Try to boot from that other drive. I did, and it actually showed up. The Whiskey Tango Foxtrot actually showed up. I can see it in the boot menu. So it does work. What is going on? Now it's not booting. It's just working. I changed the RAM and then it just stopped working. Which is not the RAM thing. It's just I'm guessing the setting changed. Hold on. This is the I forgot the name. I forgot the model. Okay. What's going on here? Oh, geez, this is that stupid. Oh, I've got that. Dang it. This is that bug on this motherboard. I've seen this before. I've got the bug on this motherboard. I need to update the motherboard. I wonder if I still have the thing on here for it. Look at this real quick. Forgot about this motherboard has problems with this. I wonder if this actually has the X57 TB3221. Hold on one sec. This is the motherboard. I've had this problem with the motherboard before. It's not, no, it's not, there's not an issue with the motherboard. There's an issue that you just need to upgrade. You need to do a BIOS update. X570M Pro 4. X570, I bet you this is actually the BIOS update right here. Where am I? I need this is the X570M Pro 4 that I had the BIOS of. Always, this is why you have multiple things. That was a different motherboard. Go for support BIOS. This one is 417 global. At least I have. There it is, right there. Copy. Paste. Okay, this should be the right file. Okay, there we go. Well, now we're gonna do our quick. We're updating our BIOS real quick. We're gonna run this. We're gonna run one more 3D benchmark. We have 2 more subs to do a $25 Newegg gift card, and we're gonna run. And but we got that one giveaway, so let's do that. There we go. That'll be fun. We're gonna do this giveaway. 1 year of Game Pass. You guys are awesome. Okay. Starting that giveaway now. And bringing this up. flash in the BIOS. The BIOS flashy. The flashy. Doing a little BIOS flash. Then we may have to change one thing and then it'll boot. It should boot fine. I would like you to donate. I have a code. Chuck, I don't have an easy way to set that up, but if you want to choose somebody, that would be huge, man. If you want to choose somebody who you've been kind of watching, that would be huge, Chuck. Chuck a stud. Super appreciate it, man. That's huge. Hey, thank you very much, Cool Cat. Thank you, Cool Cats and Kittens. Yes, BIOS updates can be very important for a ton of different reasons. So the first thing you always do is if you install a new PC and you start to notice issues, you're like, okay, update the BIOS. Usually a good place to start. Like you'll have things like I've had issues where like you'll have a motherboard that won't even read an mdot2. You know what I mean? So there's just a bunch of little things. So BIOS updates is usually something you want to do. And so hey, we're running a little maintenance for my friends. They're just good to go when it's time. And there we go. And now we're rebooting. You've heard great things about Chuck. Yeah, he's pretty awesome. Okay, now we're going back in. Just got finished flashing. We can take this away. A Munch. What's up, buddy? Okay, now we can do this and change our XMP. Go. And let's go to. We don't have any, I'm not going to play with any of that. Advanced. Okay, we're good there. Oops. Okay, let's see if this works now. Okay, raffles ended. See if it boots. Picking our winner. Congratulations, CD Drive. CD Drive, you are the winner. CD Drive 7 is the winner. You got the golden ticket. I think it's being weird now. I don't know what's going. I have to figure out the boot thing, like why it's just not booting. And it's not the boot thing isn't that. It's basically I think I forgot to turn on I think UEFI is on. That's why it's not, because this drive isn't set up that way. Try and do it this way though. Works. I know another way to do it if it doesn't. We'll do that next. And this is not an ideal situation how I have this set up. Yeah, that's what I thought it would happen. I'll do it the other way. Never the ideal situation when you do this and just throw a drive in. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but nice, easy fix. I do not work for Newegg. Newegg is just my sponsor. I have a whole video coming out about that. If you want to know about NVIDIA, that video will be out on Monday. There we go. If that fixes it. Should fix it. I'm guessing it does. Okay. BIOS is updated. Now we just gotta boot in. And then we're gonna check our drive too. Oh, this is being weird. Okay, guys. Well, this is being weird. I don't know what's going on and why it's doing this. It has nothing to do with this PC. It's just the way the boot drive is being. Try this again, and then see if I can just get it to launch into that one. I can see him in here. He's trying to make me watch. I know I have a good friend of mine who's currently watching right now, and I don't know where he is. Where did we end up giving that other giveaway? Did we end up giving that other thing away? Watch Buzz. What is Buzz? I don't know what Buzz is. He's saying I'm supposed to be watching Buzz. I don't know what that is. Okay, there we go. What do I want here? Boot. Oh, it's not reading. Oh, wow. Huh. Interesting. This weird scenario going on right now. And I'm wondering if this has to do with something else. This is an interesting thing. See what happens when I do this. Okay, it's still reading it. Okay, let's try this. Okay, if this does it, should. Okay, there we go. Okay, there we go. We're loading Windows now. I'm going to go into and load it via the back door. Hopefully we can run this last thing. Okay, go next. Query computer. Troubleshoot. Back. Start prepare. That no, that close. That's not gonna do it. I think I'm pretty much in a weird loop where I can't do what I want to do. Yep, I have to like basically it's like just the way that the setup is. Like I have to reset up the PC. I think I lost the drive for it. I'm gonna try one more thing and see if that fixes it. I could get into the Windows setup, but yeah. It's being wacky, and I think I'm gonna. Oop, that's not what I want. I pushed the wrong button. Okay, maybe I got into it that time. Okay, hold on. Let's check one thing. Set to Okay, there we go. Oh, that- Okay, that's all good. Yeah, let's see if this fixes it. It's almost like it's like not reading the boot. It's not reading like the boot. The one thing is a boot drive. So we may not be able to do this. It's like I ran all this stuff and then I shouldn't have rebooted it, but it should be. It will be fine. Happens. If not, we'll have to call it and then I'll wipe it and all that sort of stuff. So could happen. Oh, yeah, it's gonna work. Try one more time. I don't know what happened. Why this is doing this way, but it's fine. We'll put an OS. It's fine for him. We'll put an OS on it and all that sort of stuff. So it's just this. It's not reading my bootable drive. So anyway, we got to run a 3D mark on it. We got to run a 3D mark on it, which was great and all that sort of stuff. So that is it for today's show. I'm sorry we didn't get to do more. Yeah, it's just how it's set up, and because I already was using a one that already had it installed, it always gets a little weird, but that's what it was. I want to give a big shout out, first and foremost, to everybody who donated, gave me super chats, embers, all of you guys, huge. Also, thank you for all the follows, basically all of the follows, all of the subs, everything else. You guys are all absolutely amazing for supporting me the way that you guys do every time. We got to see the build, we got to see the 3D benchmark. I'm sorry we didn't do more. I'm not going to sit here and troubleshoot for the next 40 minutes as I try and figure out why the drive isn't booting. We're going to throw his 500 gig in there, get an OS on it, and then get it out to Dennis next week so he and his son can basically start to do the game playing that he wants to do. There is no stream tomorrow, so we are not streaming again until next week. We're back on Wednesday for our regular Robeytech episode. Also, don't forget these deals that I have listed down below do not expire until midnight tonight. So if you're still looking for PC parts, check out those deals. Some of them expire, some of them continue through the next 3 to 4 days. Guys, it's been absolutely amazing. I super appreciate every single one of you. We will talk to you later. Have a great night and see you next week.